everybody, it is Craig Whisperin Storyteller. I hope you are well. Now we're here today in the utility room of my house, which is tiny. And this is the area which is not very loved at all, but it's where I keep all of my cleaning products. From washing detergent to floor cleaners, bathroom cleaners, bleach, you name it, all that boring stuff that we all need to kind of have in, ready for when we need to use it. I also have all of my washing and laundry in there as well. But I generally kind of, on a monthly basis, or every few months, I generally look at replenishing what I need. I normally bulk buy to make it last for a bit longer. And as you can see, there's a few bottles there of different things, usually with not much in because it's nearly at the end of the bottle, which means I need to buy some more. So this is floor cleaner. But what we're going to do is just sort through everything so it's nice and orderly and set of keys there. Nice and orderly so I can go and replenish. So that's all of the bleaches that I just buy cheap, thick bleach, kitchen roll, always handy to have in. And furniture polish, not much in there at all. And that is Dettol disinfectant spray. I'll put that down there. So we just empty as much as we can. This is that room spray. I'm not quite sure why I've got that, but I have for some reason. Some de-icer. I'm not sure why that's on the shelf. It should be in the car. Always handy to have in, of course, but we are in the height of summer at the moment of 30 plus degrees, so I don't think I'll be needing that for a while. But that is to go in the car. Let's see what else we have. We've got some cotton wool pads. I'm not sure why they're there. So my detergents seem to be on the left-hand side. That is a cheap car scent, which also needs to go in the car along with the de-icer. I already recorded an original voiceover for this, but it was very loud, so I decided to redo it in my room. Some of the sounds of the plastics and the things hitting the shelf was really harsh and didn't quite work out. This is air freshener, which, it's in Spanish, so I didn't know what flavour it was. I think it's some kind of berry and lilac or something like that. And that is floor cleaner, Walker floor cleaner. Again, not much left in that. And here we have some bags. Now these are charity bags that come through the door, and I'm guilty of forgetting to fill them and get them collected. So I'm going to just put them down there. My bad, I really should, but you know what it's like when you work full time. It's really hard to get them out. So this is multi-purpose cleaner from Sif. Again, you can use that for just about anything, so why don't we put all of these spray bottles of disinfectants and the likes on that side. That's another multi-purpose cleaner from Microban, and it seems quite full. And we'll put that bathroom spray up there as well, which is quite full. And again, just trying to get a little bit of order of things on the shelf so I can see them. And I can make a list of all the things I need to buy. sprays. Again, not sure why I have them or how I got them. And another room spray. Another room spray. Okay, so we are starting to make a little bit of progress of what we have on the shelf, and you can see the marks of where some bottles have been leaking a little bit and left a little ring stain. So I think at this point I'm just looking at putting all of the bleaches in one line. As I was saying, I generally go to get a big bulk buy, and I get things that's going to last me a good few months. So normally this shelf is brimming with lots and lots of products, but it's a bit kind of run down at the moment and is in desperate need of replenishment. So I'll move those bleaches over there to keep the spray bottles together. So I'll put that multi-purpose cleaner down there. And oh, what's this I've got? It is a Fabulosa hanging wardrobe dehumidifier. So this takes any moisture out of the air and makes your clothes very fresh smelling. I've not used it obviously. I think the reason it's there is we get a hamper every year of just kind of random things, and we get some weird and wonderful things in the hamper, and I think that's just something that's been in there. And there is a deep clean for a washing machine at Dr. Beckham's, I think it is, and there's another washing machine cleaner and another washing machine cleaner, 2 shots, and another washing machine cleaner, and that is a hob cleaner, antibacterial. So I seem to have plenty of washing machine cleaners but no dishwasher cleaner. So I must write that on my list, dishwasher cleaner. That disinfectant will kind of just sit somewhere with the other disinfectants. So I'll put it next to that Dettol. So it's starting to make a little bit of order now. And some hand sanitizer. I've got 2 pieces there, a little handy one and one that you can keep on the kitchen bench. I'm not sure why it's been put back in there because it's clearly been used too, so maybe I should just throw them out. So these are my wet wipes. I generally keep them in a plastic container because it's very hard to pull one out of the bag. You normally end up getting like 10 when you try to just get the one wipe. So I do put them in this little unused box, and it just keeps them moist because it's sealed, and it's an old Spider-Man Kids pack lunch box. And I'll put them down there. That is oven pride, which is always really handy to use to deep clean your oven and get rid of all of the, all of the stuff from roasting, and you get all that black stuff which really comes off easily. And plenty of shower gels. I normally have about 20 or 30 of them in, and as you can see it's a little bit run down now. And that is sweet rhubarb and raspberry, and a laid back lavender and tea tree, and I've got a lemon and tea tree original sauce. I mean, these are quite cheap. You can get them for like £1 each, so I just keep them all down there. And as you can see, I do need to replenish quite a bit when it comes to shower gels. I've got 2 bathrooms, one which is just a shower and one which is a bath and a shower, but I've usually got a few up there as well. Refuse bags, I'm down to 1 roll now. I normally have about 4 or 5 rolls like this. So I'm in desperate need to get some refuse bags. sometimes you think they smell very artificial, very sweet, and almost like it chokes you. So this is 6 and 1. So what have we got there? We've got premium fragrance, eliminates odors, acts in seconds, lasts up to 1 hour, inspired by essential oils and 100% natural repellent. I think they're clutching at straws because of course it acts in seconds. I think they're just listing anything they can. I'm going to put the car stuff together because they'll go out in the car, and the kitchen roll, I think I need another 3 or 4 of those. Sometimes you can get packs with about 3 or 4 in anyway. More air freshener. And again, I don't generally use these very much at all. They just, I'd rather just have a nice candle or a diffuser somewhere. Just to give a nice gentle fragrance rather than these thick choking artificial ones. Okay, the wet wipes, I've got these which are to replenish those ones when they're finished, so I'll put that one underneath the plastic container and we'll replenish that as soon as they're finished. And I've got this Vanish amazing stain removal for whiter whites, and it's always handy to have in for your whites, your t-shirts, etc. shirts. So I'm now at the detergent side, and that's a nice bold, which is has a built-in stain removal and Lenore freshness. You get 32 washes out of that. And here's one that I'm kind of almost through, and it's an XXXL mega pack with 70 washes, and that again has built-in stain removal and Lenore softener of lavender and chamomile. I would say that's kind of down to just under halfway, so I definitely need some more of those. And some fabric softener, comfort, and Lenore. I always like to get the kind of the nicer ones. I never get a cheap fabric conditioner because you can smell the difference. And these make your clothes smell really soft and nice and fresh and very soft as well. So I always like to have plenty of fabric softener in. And this here, well, this is a container which has a lot of tops in where you put in your detergent into the washing machine. I'm not sure why I've collected so many tops, because you get a top with just about every new pack anyway. So I think I need to throw them. See, that one's got a top on it, so I really don't need to collect all of those tops. I think they could go out, throw them out, and I could use that top for something else. And I got the idea to get rid of all of those, as I just mentioned, and we're going to fill that up with the bold capsules and put them in there. And that's the bold capsules. You can see they've got a tiny bit of fabric softener there, but it's not really that much in there, really, is it? So we will fill these up, and there's a nice sound of the squishy capsules, but the noise was just not very good. So there we go, I put them in there, and they will stay on that shelf. So I'm going to put the new bold behind that, so I can just move straight onto that when I am finished with those ones. But I am going to get a bag of capsules as well, and I'll put the fabric softener kind of just beside those. And the Vanish whiter whites there as well. Now that there is fabric care kit for your new sofa. You know, when you get a new sofa and they try to get you to get the stain removals if a glass of wine spills on your new sofa, etc. Well, I've had my sofa for 10 years and I still haven't used it, so I definitely don't think I'll be getting these anymore whenever I do get a new sofa. And there's another one as well from another sofa. Diamond Bright Protect, Clean and Care. shelf full of doggy things. We've got some pouches, which he doesn't seem to like. I've got some kibble there, small adult dog, and yeah, he does eat that. If I put it in a little bowl, he rolls the bowl around and it dispenses bits of kibble. Those gravy bones, sometimes he eats them, sometimes he doesn't. And those are kind of little meaty chunks. Again, he's not a great lover of dog food. He always seems to want whatever I've got on my plate. Those choc chip mini cookies, again, he doesn't seem to care too much for them. He prefers human biscuits. And these beef and cheese flavour tasty minis, he does eat them every now and again, but only if there's nothing else. So we've got this little basket as well, which I'll bring down. It's got lots of kind of Halo related stuff in it. Toothbrush, toothpaste, more treats that he doesn't seem to really like that much. There's combs, brushes, eye drops, everything is up there. That is a lot of dusters and cloths, which every home's got kind of a box of dusters, and that one on the end. That is just random things like sink plungers and those things you put on the line for your socks. So this whole area, even though it's very small, is usually that stuff down there, that's just surplus things that don't fit in my cupboard. I've got a box of tea bags there that's just too big for the little cupboard that I have. So I can start to make a list of all the things I need to buy now. Oh, there's some dog Caesar. It's a brand of dog food for small dogs, but again, Halo just eats that as and when he wants to. But I've realised now that the camera isn't actually showing you what I'm doing at the top there. So his Caesar is there. We've got these other dog foods which I bought, which he doesn't like. These are just fillers if I'm caught short with any of his fresh food that I buy. I will just give him these tins, and he usually doesn't eat it. I usually have to bin it. So kind of Halo stuff up there is starting to look a little bit handy. And that stuff there, Miracle Grow, that is for plants. That should be in my shed, not in the utility area. So I use that at the moment because I've got quite a few plants growing, but it's probably there just for handiness, so I can put my hand straight on it. I'll put Halo's water bottle up there because it all relates to doggy stuff. Those plates are all Halo's treats. I just use a succession of just different plates that have. And there's my tea bags, too big to fit in my cupboard at the moment. I'll just replenish the little box for the little tin for the tea bags as and when. That is a little vacuum cleaner that I use just for the car, which it charges up. I just keep it there just for handiness. It's not got a great suction on it, to be honest. And that is the cone of shame when Halo had his eyes situation a few weeks ago. I'm going to throw that out because I got him a nice one from Amazon, which uses more Velcro than those horrible straps. It's something really rigid and almost Victorian. Torture instrument. Those Conomol discs need to go upstairs in the bathroom, so I'll put that there for now. My key for the back door will just go back on the shelf. And this floor cleaner, this oak bench cleaner, should I say, I'll just put that there because that does get used. Maybe not very often, but I'll just put it there for now. And that is nose wax kit for men and women, and it just pulls out any excess hair from your nostrils if you need it. Always handy to have in the house. You never know when you're going to need something like this. I got that from Amazon. It's got these little wax pellets that you put in the microwave and you melt, and then you use this little plastic stick to stick up your nose, and after a couple of seconds you pull it out. Ouch, but it works like a treat. Now those charity bags, yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do with those. I seem to get them every other day through the letterbox. But just with working full time, I don't always get a chance to look through the things that I have. But I would like to start to do this regularly because I'm a big fan of supporting local charities, especially the BDSA as well. It's looking a little bit more organised than the beginning of the video. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. I am now going to sign off. You take it easy, and I will get to the shops and get these shelves filled. Thank you for joining me.